this puppy. We got our fourth down play ready to roll. We're calling it in.
The Bulldogs will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You can tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Hand off from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Pulls it in. It's Nixon. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
He looks that one in nicely. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. And the Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Broncos are flying down the field. They'll give it to him again. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to...
Just steamrolling the defense. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
It's a good ass game regardless of the score.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking for a man. It's Keene. And the completion to the sideline. A solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Got his man down the middle. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to him. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. And they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that is beautiful defense, timing up the blitz, getting in the backfield, and not just getting there, laying the big lick.
I think that ball carrier, his eyes were like saucers on that one. He knew he was running that thing right into the teeth of it, and boy, he paid the price.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
How about the aggressive play calling? Love aggressiveness, bringing the free safety down, blitzing him, you could tell, completely disrupted the offense. They didn't know how to handle it. Free safety chases the QB, gets him on the ground.
Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll pull it down. At the 35, he's open. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Western Michigan. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
Ooh, that's a big
I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch, coming up with a big play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you can tell the quarterback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Keene. Fires to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was
He was
going.
talking shit. The quarterback was like, man, get the fuck out my head, man. What are you doing?
Fast guys. Us big guys can get it done too.
Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And the Broncos want to move quickly. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Nixon.
And these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 as middle school and high school. They're just, you could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Couldn't pick it up on 2nd down. Now they need a couple on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Wolf. It falls in.
Oh, Rolly won?
Trying to find his man for 6.
Oh, I told him. I knew
In
it.
field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a catch past the sticks. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
This is a running back who is versatile. His catching
I'm gonna go
ability
check it out.
really helps this offense out vertically down the
I fuck
field.
with Rolly, though.
You saw it on that
I
play
fuck with
on the
Wolf.
wheel route. That wasn't just a screen or a swing. They got him faking going
I
to the
fuck with
flat,
Ryan, too, though.
turning up the sideline for a touchdown.
He did get that extra point through. No
Yeah,
problem.
unorthodox.
Frozen tundra beneath him. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll
Shit,
bring it out.
Ryan do too, though.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field.
Yeah,
They
47.
find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the
Yeah,
game right now. You
everybody-
got to get some
nothing
points on the
right
board.
now.
You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
On second down, wants to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. On third down, he drops the throw. Still looking, on the move. Fires on the move. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions.
Everybody got shot at McCarthy Park.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He tries to take the top off. He's got it down the right side, and he's running in the open. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike. We've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's King. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Yes, sir.
That is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Keeps looking downfield. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
And throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving.
To the air, it's Wolf. They're bringing heat. Lost one deep down the right side.
Good shit.
Intercepts it. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Line gets set, 1st down.
Let's go.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. They want to throw it. He'll take another shot here. And he's got it.
Yeah,
inside
right.
the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. It's complete. The ball squirts free.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. You know when it's snowing, not only is it wet, it's freezing. Your hands are cold. You can barely feel the football. So if you can get to that football, put your hand on it, or rip that thing out, a lot of times you can force some of those turnovers. Great job by the defense.
Yeah, I had to hit the football.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll throw it on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. What a snag by the defense. And they make the play
Yeah,
to
that was
stop the
nasty.
scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Line getting set on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to pass, it's Keene. Unleashes one deep. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Really nice third down sub defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Good kick.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. And it's slipped out.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Looking to move it through the air. Working the middle. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Broncos come to the line in the hurry-up.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get me.
Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the route is on. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Oh, how could that happen? He misses the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
What?
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. First down here for the offense.
Hey, 27, jump! Just take it to him!
Dropping back, it's Keene. Makes his connection. Still on his feet at the 45. Lots of green
Guys, you
grass
see that?
as he gets it to the 31.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job on the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Now they'll run the draw. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On fourth down, flexing that muscle in the run game. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
This time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the two-point conversion, but was denied. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Fresno State. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defense? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception, Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. Bringing it back. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, right?
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout.
34, Fresno State, 22.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it.
Yes, sir.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Might as well give it to him again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
A third and long coming up here. To the air, it's Wolf. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner will be dragged down.
Fresno State offense will take over, 1st and 10.
Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. This is a real chance to sort of settle things down, maybe generate a little momentum if you can put together a touchdown drive here.
That would be a great opportunity. A great opportunity to make a statement and get back in this thing. I mean, it hasn't gone your way early, but I feel like you're creating some momentum here. And a score, Jesse, a score makes this a fun ball game.
It would be huge, but it's on the offense. They have to look at each other right now in this.
He lofts one down the sideline. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, the offense is sending a very clear message. They didn't hit that play, but they've shown they've got the quarterback with the arm talent, and they've got the wide receivers with the speed. They are going to try and take shots and take the top off this defense. So if you're the secondary on defense, you know right now you're going to be in your back pedal. You're going to be turning and running a lot throughout the course of this game.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
Fresno State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one.
Good shit.
And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Back to throw, it's Wolf. Quickly complete. At the 35, he's loose. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Moving out of the pocket. Makes a connection. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
First and goal, Western Michigan.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Broncos! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19.
I don't never do that
A
shit.
very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Only reason you can think of for the onside kick here is they want to stick it to him.
Right.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously...
Hold on real quick. Let's get it.
Onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Nadie para esos güeyes.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're...
He'll take a shot. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football.
Senior
Second
trying
down
to go where I was stuck
At
at.
this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra...
He's going to let it go. He caught it. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Fresno State right back to the line. On second and goal, they give it to him again. See if he's got a nose for the goal line. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this
That nigga
one in
had a
now
triple
on
team.
third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing,
That nigga fought off a
especially at
triple
the
team.
quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the... Touchdown, Fresno State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Fresno State, number 4, with the grab and the score.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Looking to throw, it's Keene. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They've cut into this lead. It's down to 11 as they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Nixon. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Will take over, first and 10.
Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Right down the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, that one gets tipped and falls incomplete. That's been the best news on the day for this QB, man. As a former quarterback that's done this before, I can tell you, when you throw 4 picks in a game like this guy has, you never forget it.
Now on second down. From the gun, the ground game. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
He's brought down at the 13-yard line. Brings up third down.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football maybe, take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's Moss. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's James. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give him a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's his fourth interception of the game.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got to lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Back to pass. It's Wolf. Going downfield for the big play. Pulls it in on the right. All kinds of running room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond? He lobs one high down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
They'll throw it on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. And the Broncos headed quickly to the line. Re-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tempo and overdrive.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to put it away. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's going up top here late in the game. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Going the other way, and he's got room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
A first down for the offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Moves around to clear up the vision. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. And he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
He's got it. And the Broncos moving quickly to the line.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, it's Wolf. Coming after him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
Western Michigan.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Off the play fake. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the punishment has been extended.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. From the gun. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah,
And he throws another interception. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back.
Oh, shit.
That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take
bet you
shots.
did.
If we get the interception, this one's almost over.
All right, for sure. All right.